What is your American dream?
My American dream right now is for equality, especially for black women in America. Flint, Michigan hasn't had water in 4 years, and that should be something that is focused on now.
My American dream is getting out of student debt and making sure that no generation has to endure this crippling debt like the millennials have. I'm tired of it. I want to be able to own a home. That's my American dream.
I want to live in a place where everybody's equal. That's it. That's the promise of this country, is that we could all be equal, that nobody is above anybody else. That's my American dream.
The American dream is the everyone, regardless the race, the religion, the ideology, we can sit at the same tables and have the same opportunity to say, I'm a free man, I'm in the free world, and we have we deserve a better opportunity.
My American dream is to complete my education, meet as many people from as many different backgrounds as I can, and to eventually go back home and bring that knowledge to my small country and make people feel like they're mobile and they're able to do whatever they want, wherever they want, with no restrictions.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Well, Spar and Bernstein has been nothing but great to me throughout my trials. I mean, it's 5 years into this car accident, and they never gave up on me, never. And in everything, they fought for me, and I am so proud to tell everyone, don't even wink for a moment. It's you, Spar and Bernstein. My lawyer here, Mr. Barack, has been a cage animal. He wanted to go on trial, but thank God we settled out of court, and it was something that I'm very, very happy about. So everyone, I'm telling you, I'm not just making stories up. You have to use this law firm. Spar and Bernstein is the best, worldwide best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The outcome of your divorce can affect you for the rest of your life. If you don't have the right attorney, you could literally be paid through the nose forever.
That's right, Brad. For example, did you know that half the money you put into your retirement during your marriage is up for grabs in your divorce? So a disagreement as to when your marriage exactly ended could cost you thousands of dollars from your hard-earned retirement fund. And let's say you bought a house together. Factors like who's paying the bills, who paid the down payment, and whether you're receiving rental income can all affect your settlement in huge ways.
If you're having family law issues, if you're having matrimonial issues, you need attorneys who are going to fight hard for you. Call the matrimonial department, the family law department here at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein.
This is an attorney advertisement. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcomes.
Okay, good morning. Whoa, where am I looking? Where should I look? The middle camera. Good morning, everybody. I'm not used to looking at the middle camera. I'm used to looking at this camera, and now they got me looking at this camera. Good morning. This is the Brad Squeeze Show. Squeeze is on assignment today. We are being joined by Invisible Squeeze. There he is. How are you, Invisible Squeeze? He has a lot to say today. We will be joined by him several times today, Invisible Squeeze. He has wonderful, wonderful insight into our show this morning. I do have to remind everybody that we will be answering your immigration questions in the next 5 minutes or so. So if you call right now at 1-800-529-5465, that's 1-800-529-5465. We're going to be getting right into your immigration questions because I was told Invisible Squeeze really doesn't have a lot to say today. So as long as he doesn't have a lot to say, we will be getting to your immigration questions very fast. You're listening to us on WVIP 93.5 FM. You are watching us on Facebook Live at The Brad and Squeeze Show. You are also watching us on YouTube at The Brad and Squeeze Show. And please, everybody who is watching on The Brad and Squeeze Show on Facebook, please share this with your friends and family, because if you don't know, if you can't or don't know how to share this with your friends and family, then then really we can't get a lot of viewers. So I'm here to help you and we need you to help us. So this is how you share. We actually even made a video because this is how important it is for us. So watch the video, look at how you share. Please share this with at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of your friends, your family members, and then that would help us spread the word to everybody that we can help them as well. In this time and age, when Donald Trump is saying end family immigration, okay, they use such bad words. They use words like chain migration to make people who want to be united with their children like a bad thing after waiting like a decade. They use things like illegal immigration. People, it's illegal immigration. There's no such thing as illegal immigration. Well, there is if you were deported and re-entered. But just about everybody else is just an undocumented alien. It is not a crime to be here illegally, at least not yet. So they use words that are just really not true and then come into the lexicon of the English language. Illegal immigration. There's very few illegal immigrants. There's a lot of undocumented immigrants, people who are living here without proper documents, but they are not illegal in the sense that they've committed a crime. There is no such thing as chain migration, simply because there is no chain. Even if, for example, you want to file for you're a U.S. citizen over the age of 21, you want to file for your parent, and they want to bring their children on. Guess what? They're not included. There's no chain. It's called an immediate relative, and there is nobody else included on that application. And then if the parent wants to turn around and file for their adult son or daughter, they're waiting 7, 9, 10 years. If they want to file for their brother and sister, they got to wait 5 years to become a citizen, then file for their brother and sister. That's another 10 to 15 years. So the terms chain migration don't even really fit, but it's getting into the lexicon. So what we're asking everybody to do, and what I'd like everybody to do right now, is to please share. Let people know what the reality is. Okay? When Donald Trump says fake news, he's the king of fake news. The king of fake news. Okay? Let's let everybody know what reality is. There is really no chain migration. People wait 10, 15 years for green cards. They're really, by the time somebody's all upset, they're going to take my job, they're going to be retired already. Maybe even buried in the ground by the time the relative gets here. Okay? So please, let's share. Let's watch that video one more time. It's so important to share this with your friends and family. Can we show that video one more time? And then we're going to get into our show. Here it is. This is how you share. You actually go to the button on the bottom. We need some volume on this because you know what? I don't have my glasses on, so it's very difficult for me to see the actual words and everything. But just share, because I'm looking at a screen very far away. I got to start wearing glasses. I'm getting old. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. But that is how you share. You share to your timeline. You share to your friends and family. What's going on in the world quickly? Trump's in Davos. I actually watched the speech this morning. Oh, I'm looking this way. I'm still looking this way. Okay. Trump's in Davos. He actually, you know what? When the bar is so low, I don't want to go on a Trump thing today, but when the bar is so low, he actually looked somewhat presidential. He seemed like a normal president of the United States. I didn't have to agree with everything he said, but when the bar is so low and you watch him wow, seems presidential. That's something. Trump wanted to fire Mueller back in June. That's what the New York Times is claiming. Trump says it's fake news. The New York Times says it's absolutely true. Trump's lawyer wanted to quit if he fired Mueller. Why would Trump's lawyer quit if he fired Mueller? Because if you fire Mueller, you're basically admitting you have something to hide. It's very hard to defend somebody if they go admit they got something to hide. Now, maybe he does have something to hide. Maybe he doesn't. We don't know yet. There has been nothing seen anywhere yet, just conjecture. But there has nothing been seen anywhere yet that Trump has actually committed a crime. So when people ask me all the time, you think he's going to get impeached? Do you think he's going to go to jail? I say right now, no, he's not. I haven't seen anything that he committed a crime. It's just a lot of conjecture. You may not like his politics. You may not like his racism. You may not like his elitism. Because there's an elitist part of Trump. There is a racist part of Trump. And then there is a policy part of Trump that people don't like. I don't like it either. But I haven't seen him commit a crime yet, but we'll see. Maybe Mueller has something. We don't know. 1-800-529-54. Oh, yeah, that's like angry pumpkin face Trump. 1-800 if you're watching on Facebook. 1-800-529-5465. Conan O'Brien. It was very funny. Before Conan O'Brien, he if everybody knows Conan O'Brien, he's the late show guest. The Late Show. He does this Late Show on TBS. There he is, right there. And he came up with this idea that he is going to go and visit Haiti and do a show from Haiti because Trump called Haiti S-holes. No, nothing against Conan. But before he even announced it, I had said to Jill, maybe the Brad and Squeeze show should go to Haiti. She goes, how are we going to do that? Where are we going to broadcast from? What are we going to do? I said, I don't know. We'll think about it. And 2 days later, Conan beat us to it. And he's more popular than me anyway. So he went, and apparently when he went, there was a lot of angry locals, Haitians, who were berating him because they believed he was coming there to make fun of Haiti. And he was going there to make fun of Haitians. Because that's basically what they see. They see people call them names, and then they show the worst part. O'Brien said in a clip that, quote, we're being told through our interpreter that when Americans come here, they only shoot the bad things in Haiti, which is obviously not what we want to do. He was actually coming there to show the good parts of Haiti, to show, you know what, it's not an S-hole. And these people are really nice for the most part. In every culture, there's good, there's bad, there's nice, there's everything. And for the most part, in most cultures, most people are nice. So he explained to locals via translator that the reason I've come to Haiti is because I and a lot of Americans are angry at what President Trump said, so I want to come here and show positive, great, beautiful things about Haiti. Do we have a clip on that?
Map ici en fou quelque mais États-Unis pas corrigeuen yon lot président map tout ret ici net. Yeah.
All right, his French is about as bad as mine, but everyone gets the point there. So kudos to Conan. I never really watched him, but you know what? I may watch him now. Kudos to him for doing the right thing, even though he stole my idea, although he really didn't steal my idea. We both had the same idea. I had it in my head. He was the one to announce it first. So lastly, before we get to our immigration questions, at 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Well, there's a couple of things here, a couple of funny things. Burger King, they're offering $26 Whoppers. Seems very expensive. They're trying to explain to people what the problem with getting rid of net neutrality. They're calling it the Whopper neutrality, and they're trying to explain to people why getting rid of net neutrality, which is what Trump did, is a bad thing. It's a bad thing for people who are watching us on Facebook right now. So the Whopper neutrality video produced by Burger King actually follows real customers at a restaurant in which those who are willing to pay for higher fees for their burgers will get their hamburgers quicker. That's what the end of net neutrality is. You're going to have to pay for specific speeds for the content in which you want to watch. So the restaurant workers in the video show customers the new chart demonstrating Whopper making burgers per second. Slow making burgers per second Whoppers cost $4.99. Fast making burgers per second Whoppers cost $12.99, while hyper fast making burgers per second Whoppers cost a whopping $25.99. So the Whopper neutrality was repealed. They voted on it. Nobody likes it. It doesn't make any sense. And here's the video.
MBPS, of course, standing for making burgers per second.
So if we want a Whopper now, we have to pay $26.
Well, that's how you get it fast. That's the highest priority.
So kudos to Burger King for explaining why nobody understands. The only winners in getting rid of net neutrality are corporations. The individual is going to pay more money to get their content that they want to see faster. It's terrible. Finally, well, we have a whole bunch of things here. Nutella riots in France. All right, let's get to immigration questions. 1-800-529-5465. We're going to save the rest for the 12 o'clock show. Oh, one last thing I got to do. I got to do. That's not English. I have to remind everybody. The Brad and Squeeze show is moving. Yes, we are moving. As of February 1st, I know, tears from some people, happiness from others. As of February 1st, Thursday, that's in 6 days from now, the moving men are coming. We are moving our show from 9 o'clock and then stop and then start again at 12 o'clock and then stop. And this is New York Eastern Standard Time. You know, the start, the stop, the start, the stop, ending it. We're going to have one good show per day instead of two decent shows per day. Actually, I think we have 2 good shows per day. And we're going to do it in the evening from 5:30 to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Why is that helpful? Because now people in California can watch us. People in Europe can watch us at midnight. At 5:30 to 7:30, mark your diary, mark your calendar, mark it on your hand, mark it where you need to mark it. The Brad and Squeeze show will be moving starting February 1st. New time slot, 2 hours, once a day, 5:30 to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Jeff Bossy blaming Squeeze for the move. Everybody always blames Squeeze for everything. Kamisha Threewell says she's moving. Tamika says she's moving. I bet you a lot of people here are going to be moving. Oh my God, so many people to say hello to. All right, I have too many people to say hello to, too many people on hold to get their immigration questions answered. We're going to be joined by BK. It's not Burger King. It is Belgium Kim, our social media guru. She's going to be joining us in about 10 to 12 minutes. Please leave your questions on Facebook if you can't get on the phone with me right now at 1-800-529-5465. Leave your questions on YouTube at 1-800-529-5465. Remember, when you leave your questions, this is what you do. Name, where you're from, when you came to America, how you came to America, what family do you have, how old you are. And if you're concerned about giving all that information, then get into your question. So at least I have a little background so I can help you. Then get into your question. And if you're concerned about leaving your information, make up a name, say it's for your friend, your cousin. Nobody knows who you are anyway. All right, 1-800-529-5465. Please share with your friends and family. Amani in Kingston, Jamaica. We spoke to her yesterday. She's back. Amani. I remember you, Amani. Of course. Yeah, I have a good memory, Amani. I'm not that old yet.
Oh, well, I didn't say that, but okay.
What's up?
Now, so since I called yesterday after that, it was clarified what the bill meant in terms of the new provisions, and it said that existing applicants would be grandfathered in.
We don't know that. You don't know that.
We don't know that still?
No, there is no bill. There is no legislation. There is nothing. There's just a negotiation.
No, I know it. I know it's just what they are proposing, and nothing has been enacted per se. But I mean, I was reading something from the Senate cottonstate.gov yesterday.
I don't know any of those answers yet. What they write, what they say, what they do. Mm-hmm. I am telling you that it is going to be very difficult for them to deny applications that have already been approved legally. It's going to be very hard. So I don't know what they're putting on their website, but until somebody actually signs a bill, I don't know what's going to happen with family immigration. The only thing I can tell you with family immigration, and to me, it's not chain migration, it's family unity. Maybe if people started talking about, hey, this is family unity, this is reunifying families, this has nothing to do with chains. If you file now for your brother, you file now for your children, it's more likely that you will be included. But we don't know about being grandfathered, not being grandfathered. It is all up for negotiation, so we got to just see. Okay, I would tell you though, I would think that's what would happen, but who knows? Who knows? All right.
Okay, that's cool, no problem.
All right,
Thanks.
be well. 1-800-529-5465. A lot of calls from Jamaica today. Also, Samantha in Kingston, Jamaica. Samantha.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm not bad. I'm calling for a family friend. He went in and did his interview yesterday with his wife.
Right.
However, he was told that he had lied on his initial visa application to come to America. Everything else was fine, but the first question they asked him was that he stated that he was divorced when he wasn't. But the thing is that he did not get the divorce document until after he had the visa, after he applied for the visa.
So he misrepresented.
Yes, that's what they're saying.
Yes, well, that's what happened.
He doesn't know.
Quite frankly, that's what happened. It's not what they're saying.
Well,
that's
he
what
wouldn't
happened.
have known that the divorce had come through at that time.
It doesn't matter. If you put on an application that you're married, you better know you're married. If you put on an application,
he was married at the time.
Listen to me, okay? You can't use the excuse, I didn't know. Nobody buys it. I'm just being frank with you, okay? You either know you're married or you know you're divorced, period. So when you put down that you're divorced and you say, oh, I thought I was divorced, I wasn't, you gotta, and this goes to everybody out there, you gotta know exactly what you're putting down on your applications. You better make sure you know it's 100% correct. Because if it's not 100% kosher, you know what that means, kosher? Correct? If it's not 100% pure, they're going to deny you for misrepresentation. So what happened is this guy went and got a visa, and he claimed he was either married or divorced or whatever his marital situation was, and it wasn't the case. Whether he misunderstood or not, you just got to know. You got to know. It's not an excuse to say I didn't know. You got to know, because when you say you're married, you better know you're married. If you say you're single, you better know you're single. So in this case, he got his visa. He said whatever he said was incorrect. And then subsequent to that, he now gets married to a U.S. citizen, and his wife files for him. And they say, wait a second. When you got your original visa, you said you were married when you were single. When you got your original visa, you said you were divorced when you were married. When you got your original visa, you said your wife died and she was alive. Whatever the case is, you got to be 100% certain when you submit that application that everything is 100%. Because other than that, it's going to come back and haunt you, which is just what happened to this guy. He needs a waiver now, okay? And the waiver has nothing to do with, I didn't know, poor me. The waiver has everything to do with poor wife in the United States. Poor wife is going to suffer because he's not getting a green card. Poor wife's going to suffer because he made a misrepresentation on his visa. So the poor wife who's here in the United States needs to come in. The entire waiver and the waiver application's all done here in the United States. Okay?
Okay.
Hold on one second.
So both of them are in the United States.
Okay, so then they both need to come in and see me.
Okay. All right. And they don't have to wait on a reply from USCIS?
No, they should come see me immediately. Okay? Waiting is like waiting to get electrocuted. Okay? Each day, like you're found guilty of something, each day you're getting closer to the no one's going to literally electrocute him, but you understand the analogy.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. All right?
All right, thank you very much.
Okay. All right. So that's the deal. Okay? You got to know what you're putting on your application. 1-800-529-5465. Vincent in the Bronx. Vincent.
Yeah, good morning, Brad.
What's up?
All right. I have two questions, and I think I know the answer to one.
All right.
The first one is...
Ask the question and give me the answer, and then I'll tell you if you're right or not. All right?
Okay. If someone with a felony, say a Class D felony, files for citizenship, isn't the attorney supposed to file a waiver before filing the case?
Okay, now you want to answer that question?
I want you to answer the question.
Okay, you want me to answer the question. Okay. There is no waiver to file for a Class B felony before you do a citizenship. Okay? There's the waivers to avoid deportation are actually done in deportation. So there is no waiver to get a waiver and then file your citizenship. It just doesn't, there's no process there. There are, you may be thinking there's something called a 212 waiver, which you can file with USCIS, but that just allows you to travel and come back if you have a criminal conviction, and those are very rare that those are approved. Basically, when you do your citizenship, okay, and you have a criminal conviction, this is what's going through Brad's mind. I don't know what's going through other lawyers' minds. I don't know what's going through other clients' minds. Let me tell you what's going through Brad's mind. Brad's mind's pretty good, okay? One of three things are going to happen. Either they are going to say, you are eligible to become a citizen, and we're going to make you a citizen. And how are you eligible to become a citizen? Even though you have a criminal record, maybe if your aggravated felony is prior to 1990, you're eligible to become a citizen. If maybe you have a conviction after 1990 that makes you deportable, maybe, but it's not an aggravated felony, you're still eligible to become a citizen. So that's a possibility when you file your citizenship with a criminal record, that you'll become a citizen because the law says you're eligible to. Another possibility is they say, you know what? You have this criminal record. We're going to deny you. We're going to deny your citizenship because you're a deportable alien. Now, if that's the reason why they deny your citizenship, because you're a deportable alien, that's a violation of the law. There is no law that says because you committed a crime 10, 15, 20 years ago, unless it's an aggravated felony, or unless it's within the 5-year good moral character period, that your citizenship should be denied. There is no law that says because you committed a crime 15, 20 years ago, and I'm just making a hypothetical, and it's not an it's not an aggravated felony, or the aggravated felony was prior to 1990, and you otherwise have good moral character, that just because you're a deportable alien makes you ineligible for citizenship. You're still eligible for citizenship. Or the third, and then at that point we would appeal. The third possibility is that they say, you have this crime, we're going to put you in deportation. Now they can deny your citizenship because they physically put you in deportation. Now we got to fight out the deportation case. So what goes through my mind as a lawyer is this. Let's think the worst case scenario. You have a crime, we file your citizenship, they put you in deportation. Does Spar and Bernstein win your deportation case? Because if we think we're going to win your deportation case, then we go for it. Because what's the worst thing that'll happen? They put you in deportation, we win your deportation case, you now have a waiver, and now you go back and do your citizenship again. If we think, you know what, you're going down, you're going to get deported, you have an iffy case. You may win, you may lose. Then you got to really think about whether you want to do your citizenship or not, because if the government puts you into deportation, you could literally get deported. Now, guess what? What goes through my mind is what also goes through the government's mind. The trial attorneys, when you file your citizenship application and your application goes in and you go for an interview and you have a criminal record, they do not make a decision right there on the spot. It goes up to the trial attorney level, the people who decide whether or not to put you in deportation. They're thinking the same exact thing. If we put this guy in deportation, can we actually deport him or her? Because if we can't deport him, what are we wasting our time putting him in deportation for? Because the only thing that's going to happen is he's going to get a waiver and then he's going to come back and do his citizenship, and we're wasting our time, we're wasting government resources. Let's go get the next guy that we can deport. So they're thinking the same thing. They're calculating in their mind whether or not you can actually get deported under the laws. I'm calculating in my mind whether I think the government thinks that you can be deported under the laws, and then we make a decision whether to file your citizenship or not. But there is no waiver. Okay? You understand?
I fully understood, Brad. I just want to, my second part of the question.
Yeah.
You are placing, they send you a letter of all of the above that you just said. So you receive a letter in removal under the Section 240. Now, they want you to appear in front of a judge on Federal Plaza.
Okay.
What goes on from there?
Okay. So now this is what happened. It's either you or somebody else filed their citizenship, and the Immigration Service ran it up the chain of command. They went to the trial attorney's unit, and the trial attorney's unit took a look at your file, looked at your green card, looked at the criminal records. I'm not saying you, maybe it's whoever you're talking about. And they said, we think we could deport this guy. So now you have to go, or whoever it is has to go to an immigration judge, and they're going to try to deport you. Now you need a good lawyer, and the good lawyer is going to do one of two. Either we're going to look at your case and say you got a good chance for a waiver, whether it's cancellation of removal, whether it's a 212C waiver, depending on when your conviction was, whether maybe you have some sort of withholding or CAT claim. I don't know. Okay? Some way to keep you here in America. Or if you don't, then the next attack is going to be, let's have a criminal defense attorney take a look at your underlying criminal case. Can we vacate this conviction? That's what happens in every consultation. When you come in for a deportation hearing, can we win the case before an immigration judge? If we can't, or we don't think you can, or you're going down, okay, let's bring the criminal defense attorneys in. Let's take a look at it from a criminal defense standpoint. Can we vacate a conviction? Maybe we can, maybe we can't. But that's what happens. Then we got to go to court. And then when you go to court, at that point, you're saying to the judge, okay, we're going to do a 212C waiver. Okay, what's a 212C waiver? The conviction happened before 96. You have 7 years good moral character. You didn't spend more than 5 years in jail. You'd be a hardship to you and your family if you were deported, blah, 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 blah. We tell your very sad, emotional, empathetic story. The judge says, you're right, this guy shouldn't be deported, and you get your waiver. Now we're back for citizenship. Or we go to the judge and we say, Judge, we need a continuance simply because we're in the process of vacating this guy's conviction, assuming we are. I have no idea. If you can't vacate it, you can't vacate it. Some people can't be helped. But we're vacating this guy's conviction. It's not a final conviction because we're making our motion to vacate it because of his rights were violated in the underlying criminal case, blah, 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 blah. Whatever it may be. Okay? So there's a lot of ways to attack it, but individually, I just took you through what goes through my mind on a consultation. Hold on one second. All right. I talked very, very fast because that was a lot. 1-800-529-5465. We're at 9:35 already. Let's go to Amy in Newark. Amy, second, okay? Hold on. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529. And we're back live again. I wonder what's going on here. Off, on, off, on. We're terribly sorry. Must have some gremlins. All right, so I guess we're going to have to, stay a little longer past 10 o'clock to make up for all the people who, what's wrong with my earpiece here? All right, so 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Stacy in Mount Vernon. Stacy.
Hi, Brad. How are you doing today?
What's up?
I'm good, thanks. I want to ask a question. If I started my process already, if I move from New York to, say, New Jersey or Connecticut, will that slow it down?
Yes, because as soon as you move and you change your address, your case goes to the back of the line. Let's say you're living in New York, then you move to New Jersey, and you say you contact immigration, say, hey, I moved to New Jersey, here's my new address with a big smile. Your case goes to the end of the line in New Jersey. It's as if you just started to file in New Jersey. So every time you move, every time you change your addresses and you're switching the office where your interview for immigration is going to be, you're going to the end of the line. Yes, it will slow it down.
So that will take maybe an extra 2 or 3 months.
No, an extra 9 or 10 months. You go to the end of the line as if you just started filing.
Okay.
You understand?
Alrighty. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, hold on. 1-800-529-5465. Keisha in Queens.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Here.
How are you? How are you?
I have a question. I'm from Jamaica first. I was in a relationship, and on my visa application, I put that I was in a common law marriage.
Right.
Now I'm here. I got married, and my husband filed for me. I went on my interview in July, and I was told that I need proof from Jamaica to show that I was not married. I got that, and I sent it in to them, and now I'm still waiting for a while now.
Where you are, your immigration didn't believe you were married? Immigration believed you were a bigamist? Why would they believe that?
No. In Jamaica, common law marriage is not legal.
Of course.
Right. So I got married here. My husband filed for me. When I went for the interview here, they said that they need proof to show that I was not married in Jamaica.
When you got your visa in Jamaica, did you claim you were married?
No, I was not married.
So why? My question to you is, why did they think that you were married in Jamaica?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know either. But that's an odd thing to ask, unless there was some evidence somewhere that they believed that you were married in Jamaica.
Because I put on the form that I was in a common law marriage.
Ah, that's why. Okay,
Right,
all right. So all right. So you screwed up the forms, and now you screwed up your case, at least delayed. So you got to go. Basically, now I understand why. You said I'm in a common law marriage. So
no, but I got documents from Jamaica to state that I was not married.
Okay, what is the document you got from Jamaica?
I got legal documents.
What is the legal? Okay, so you got a legal document from every parish in Jamaica saying there's no marriage, and you submitted it to immigration.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the problem, Keisha, because you did your own paperwork and you screwed it up.
Yeah.
The Immigration Service has hundreds of thousands of applications they're going through. These immigration officers are interviewing people on a regular, daily basis. You think that Keisha's the only human being in the world that they got to worry about? All right, so your papers got submitted to the immigration officer, and he'll say, eventually I'll take a look at it. I don't know if he'll look at it in a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, but that's why the delay is. Okay, but I'm sure that if you submitted something from every parish saying that there is no record of a marriage in Jamaica, that eventually they'll look at it and say, okay, you're approved.
That's what I did.
Okay, so now you just got to wait, unfortunately.
But I'm still waiting for a while now. Do you think I should do an info pass?
Sure,
or?
Why not? It's not going to do much, but yeah. I think you should have a lawyer. That's what I think you should do.
Okay.
All right, that's why you have lawyers. You wait. People are waiting and waiting and waiting. And what should I do? What about go get a lawyer? Okay, hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. We have a lot of calls on hold. Please stay on hold. We're going to come to everybody. We're going to go past our 10 o'clock hour. So if you're listening on WVIP and you want to switch over to our Facebook page at The Brad and Squeeze Show, you certainly can, because we're going to go past our 10 o'clock hour. 1-800-529-5465. We apologize for dropping. So what we're going to ask everybody to do, because we are back live on Facebook, and hopefully we're live on YouTube as well, what I'd like to ask everybody to do again is if we can please share this to your friends and family and let them know that we're going to Belgium Kim to do our rapid fire rounds right now. But before we go to Kim, let's please everybody again share this and say, hey, you can get your immigration questions answered right now by just leaving the question on our Facebook feed, by leaving your question on our YouTube feed, and all you have to do is share this with your friends and family right now. And it's so simple. You just take out your thumb or your finger, watch what we do. It's very simple. Just share this with your friends and family. Let them know, hey, you can get your immigration questions answered right now in our rapid fire rounds with Belgium Kim. She was born in Belgium, raised in North Carolina, lives in New York. I don't know what they call that. That's Kim. What would they call that, Kim? All right, born in Belgium, raised in North. You are a what is it called? I lost the word now. I think maybe I am getting too old. I'll come up with
Belgian, North Carolinian, New Yorker.
Maybe I was going to come up with something else, but born in Belgium, raised in North Carolina, lives in New York. It basically explains you.
Citizen of the world.
That basically explains it all. All right.
I'm equal parts European, Southern Belle, and
a tough New Yorker, all in one, right?
Yeah.
all in one. All right. By the way, everybody who's on hold on 1-800-529-5465, stay on hold. We're going to come back to you. We're going to answer all your immigration questions. I promise you. And for everybody who's watching us on Facebook and YouTube, leave your questions right now. And this is how you leave your question. Tell us where you're from, how you entered America, what your age is, what family members you have, how long you've been here, and then get into your question. It will help me to help you. Okay, before we do that, I do have to remind everybody, Kim, that this segment is brought to you by USA Credit Repair. The page 21 of our contract. USA Credit Repair is the key to your beautiful credit. It really is, okay? Because if your credit's below 700, you have ugly credit. If your credit's below 600, it is really, really ugly. It's like beat it with a broom ugly, okay? It's so ugly you just want to, it's like, It's like you take that credit, you just gotta, like it's like that thing is so ugly, like you just gotta beat that thing with a broom. Instead,
I was just about to say that.
Yes,
but you used to say
I used
beat
to
it
say,
with a stick.
I beat it with a stick, right? It's so ugly, you gotta beat that thing with a stick. So, but there's now another option than taking out your stick and trying to beat your ugly credit. Okay, you can call 1-800. It's amazing what the things you have to think about, because, to talk about USA Credit. It really is, though. You got ugly credit. You just beat that thing, or you call 1-800-872-7177. That's 1-800-USA-7177. If your credit's below 700, they have a program in place that they guarantee you that your credit will be up in 90 days or money back guarantee. And nobody has ever needed to get their money back because they've gotten everybody's credit up as far as I'm aware. Just follow their protocol, your credit will go up. 1-800-872-7177. 1-800-872-7177. USA Credit Repair. It is the key to your beautiful credit. And if you call them right now, we got Jared, we got Zenmar, we got lots and lots of people standing by. Lots of people standing by to help you with your credit issues. Call them right now, 1-800-872-7177. USA Credit Repair, the key to your beautiful credit. 1-800-872-7177. USA Credit Repair, 1-800-872-7177. Kim, where are you?
I'm right here.
Okay, how many questions do we have right now on our Facebook feed and on our YouTube feed, would you say?
Between the two, I'd say we have somewhere between 25 and 30 questions.
25 and 30 questions. 25 to 30
And that's where
questions.
we're starting.
And that's when we are starting.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So this is what we're going to do, okay?
Tell me.
We're going to start answering questions. We're going to, you know what we're going to do instead? I had a conversation with a young lady. I want to show this first, and then we're going to get into our rapid fire round. Okay? I had a conversation with a young lady. Her name was Reyna Montoya. Okay? Reyna Montoya. Okay? Reyna Montoya. Let me tell you a little bit about Reyna Montoya. She's here out of status. All right? Talking about having to overcome obstacles. Okay?
Yeah.
She's out of status here. Got brought here as a little kid. She was just named to the Forbes 30 under 30, one of the top 30 entrepreneurs in the United States of America under the age of 30. And did all of this as an undocumented alien. Not an illegal alien, undocumented. There's nothing illegal about what she's doing. Came here as a little kid. Donald Trump, if he has his way, wants to kick this woman out of the country. Wants to say, get out of here. We don't want people like you. I think otherwise. I think we want more like her.
Absolutely.
Let's watch Rita, and we're having an issue. We're having issues. We're having issues, Kim.
We're having issues. We have issues.
We have issues. I don't know what the issues are. I don't know what the issues are.
I think that anybody who watches this show know we have issues, Brad.
All right. All right. Yeah, all right, we're gonna have to take all of our equipment and bring it to a psychiatrist. All right, because for some reason, our equipment in the room, they have issues. It doesn't want to do what we want them to do. All right, so let's go answer questions instead, and we're gonna get to Reyna Montoya another day. Okay?
Okay.
All right. 1-800-529-5465 is the number to call. Let's go to rapid fire. Kim?
Lorna wants to know, my neighbor is asking if she should marry a citizen. She's married to a citizen, has not yet put in his paperwork. If he's questioned, what should he say?
I'm married to a citizen. Tell the truth.
Natalie Ash on YouTube is asking, is advanced parole travel documents limited to a person who has never been out of status at any time and currently doing their adjustment of status?
No, it's available to anybody doing an adjustment of status, no matter how long they've been out of status, assuming you're married to a U.S. citizen. What the law has come down and said is that short trips abroad are not leaving the country and returning. So as long as you get an advanced parole, even if you are out of status and you take a short trip abroad, short and innocent, it's not a re-entry into the United States for purposes of denying your green card. That's why advanced parole is okay in short bursts. You don't stay out for months and months and months. 1 week, 2 weeks max. Perfectly fine.
She also would like to know, what's an alien registration number?
The number that immigration tracks you by.
Evadne would like to know, if I'm a citizen, how long can I stay out of the country?
Forever.
Candy asked if someone stayed in the country 5 to 6 months several times during the time that they had their 10-year visa, is that going to be an issue when they go to get their visa renewed?
Well, was it 5 months or 6 months? You have to be physically in the United States more than somewhere else. So if you are not physically in the United States more than somewhere else, you are not a permanent resident of the United States, because your feet are permanently more in a different area outside of the United States of America than they are in the United States of America. The term permanent resident means something. It means you are permanently residing in America. That means more than 6 months a year.
Stacy has a whopper of a question, and I hope we can help her. Stacy says, I'm from Trinidad. I came to the U.S. on an H-2B visa.
Stop.
My mom's a citizen.
Let me explain as we go along.
Tell me.
H-2B visa is a seasonal worker. Continue. That means you come to work for 6 months and you leave.
And then you leave.
Okay. So
mom is a citizen. Mom is a citizen. She was married to a citizen 7 years ago, and he was a sex offender. So they actually tried to file the I-130 and got denied twice. Now they separated in 2016. And she has now met someone else and engaged to someone else in September of last year. She officially filed for divorce from her first husband in October. So 1 month after she got engaged to new guy, she officially filed for divorce from old guy.
This is the mom.
She's still. No, this is all still Stacy, who has a mom who's a citizen.
Okay, but she was married to a sex offender 7 years ago and got denied. Correct.
Right, exactly. Got denied twice.
Right, because everyone who's married to a sex offender gets denied. We've gone through this a million times. Adam Walsh waiver, and they don't approve them.
Yeah. So after when she officially filed for divorce in October, a month earlier, immigration had already sent her an intent to deny letter that she did not respond to.
Okay.
And so in the beginning of January, they sent her an official denial.
Okay.
Now her new fiance and her are planning to get married in April.
Great.
Is she going to have a problem if her new husband files for her?
As long as she's not put in deportation. It doesn't sound like she was put in deportation yet. It's okay to fall in love, fall out of love, fall back in love again. It's okay to fall in love, file paperwork, be denied because your husband's it's not okay, but you know what I'm saying. Your husband's a sex offender. That's pretty bad. But in terms of your status here, in terms of being eligible to get a green card, it's fine still. Okay? The only time you have a problem is when immigration moves to the next level, which is we're going to put you in deportation. So time is running out on you because if you do nothing, that's what's going to happen. You're divorced. What are you waiting for to get married? I mean, you're having a church wedding, or you booked the Plaza Hotel. What is it that we're waiting for till April? And even if you booked the Plaza Hotel for your $500,000 Donald Trump wedding, go down to City Hall and get married, and instead have your $500,000.
Just get the paper.
Get the papers done, and then the other issue you have is if they don't believe that the marriage to the sex offender was a real marriage, maybe they say you paid the sex offender to get married to you. That would be pretty bad. Then you also have a problem. I'm assuming that none of that is the case, though.
That it was a bona fide marriage and that. Gotcha.
Right.
Michelle is asking, I wanted to ask you if there's anything that I can do for my boyfriend. I've been with him for 6 years and we have custody of 5 grandkids. He's been our sole income since we moved in together, but he's currently in jail with an ICE detainer, and he's got a $10,000 bond, which I can pay, but I know that the second I pay it, ICE is going to come pick him up. Is there any way I can still help him get his papers or work permit?
Why was he arrested again?
She didn't say, and I actually asked her that question, and she did not follow up.
Okay, so this is the deal. I don't know, because you need to follow up or you need to have a consultation. You have a husband who is in jail. He's in jail for a reason, okay? And it's not because he's, you know, Mother Teresa, okay? Whether or not he ultimately will be found guilty of something, we don't know. When you are in jail, you end up on serious offenses, you end up having to pay bail twice. Once for the criminal case, you pay bail, but ICE has a detainer on him. So as soon as you pay the bail for the criminal case, guess what? ICE still has a detainer on him. ICE will come. You're just moving from criminal jail to immigration jail. Now the next question is, ICE has to give you a bail. Are you eligible for bail? It depends on what your status is, what crimes you've committed before. Is this your first offense? Because if it's a first offense and you haven't been convicted of anything, then you can get bail from ICE too. If you're being held by ICE because it's some some serious crime from before, then you may not be able to get bail. Also, there's so much involved here. That person needs a consultation.
Genesis on YouTube wants to know, if I get the provisional waiver and I leave the U.S. to go back to my country, is it guaranteed that I'll be able to come back to the U.S.?
It's guaranteed that they will not stop you because you lived in the United States illegally. Maybe they think you're a terrorist. Maybe you have a criminal record. Maybe you've lied to the government and they've uncovered it. There's also, maybe you have drugs in your system when you take a medical exam. Maybe you tell when you go to the doctor and the doctor says, hey, you smoke weed? Yeah, I smoke every day. Love it. Okay, guess what? You're getting denied. All right, so
bad idea.
So you know what's guaranteed is that they cannot stop you because you lived and worked illegally in America. There's other reasons to stop you, and a good lawyer has to go through all those other reasons to make sure that you're okay to travel.
Mitchy Boo says, can I file for my husband even though it's just been 2 years since I lived here? I am a permanent resident, and if I can file for him, how long do you think that's going to take?
Yes, you can file for him. You should file for him, and it will take approximately 2 years. Okay, 1 second, Belgium Kim.
Tell me.
Born in Belgium, raised in North Carolina, lives in New York.
Lives in New York.
Yes. Yes, very paradoxical life you have there. But you want to know what? Most people are like that. Most people are born somewhere, live somewhere else, and now live somewhere else. Most people, I guess, are paradoxical then. Okay?
I've bounced around like that. You got to live the world.
Yes, right. You're an enigma inside an enigma inside of an enigma, right?
Wrapped in a mystery.
Wrapped in a mystery. Right, shrouded in who knows what. All right, so we're coming to the end, at least on WVIP. Okay, we're going to continue on our Facebook and YouTube feed. So if you're listening on WVIP right now, take out your phone, go to the Brad and Squeeze Show. We're going to continue this. If you're listening on WVIP on the internet, sometimes people are listening to it on the internet. You could also, then why are you not watching us on Facebook? Go to the Brad and Squeeze Show right now. I do have to remind everybody that prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome. This has been an attorney advertisement, but we're continuing. I'm just saying that for the WVIP listeners. Okay, but you can go to Facebook right now at the Brad and Squeeze Show. You can also go to YouTube if you don't have Facebook. You know, my parents don't have any excuse anymore. All right, because they do have a phone and there's an internet connection. And my father goes, "What is the Facebook?" It's called Facebook, Dad. But now I told them you can go to YouTube as well to watch on the Brad and Squeeze Show. So 1-800-529-5465. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome. We're going to come back to Belgium Kim. North Carolina Kim. Maybe later I'll call it. We want to change your name every day. Okay? We're going to call you North Carolina Kim. We're going to call you North Carolina Kim tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. On Monday, we're going to call you North Carolina. And I do have to remind everybody on WVIP that starting on Thursday, February 1st, the way to hear the Brad Squeeze Show is only exclusively on Facebook and YouTube at 5:30 to 7:30 every day, New York Standard Time. Please mark your calendars. So I had the opportunity, Kim. We're going to come back and finish rapid fire. We're going to go and we're going to speak to everybody on hold. So those on hold, I promise you we're going to get to you. Those who have asked their questions on rapid fire on Facebook and YouTube, promise we're going to get to everybody. Okay, this show is the show that never, ever ends. It just goes and goes and goes and goes. And I have unlimited energy, so it's fine. So, but I did have an opportunity to speak to Reyna Montoya actually yesterday. I spoke to Reyna Montoya, and she's a young woman who came here from Mexico, and Donald Trump wants to kick her out of the country, wants her out. But guess what? Forbes magazine says she's one of the 30 most influential entrepreneurs in the United States under the age of 30. It's some award to receive, A, for being under 30. Additionally amazing, she's a woman, obstacle she has to overcome. Additionally amazing, she's a minority from Mexico. Another obstacle to overcome. And additionally amazing on top of that, she is out of status. And her entire family is out of status. And Forbes magazine says she's one of the top 30 entrepreneurs under 30. Donald Trump wants her out of the country. Let's watch Reyna Montoya and see what she has to say about all this. Reyna Montoya is the founder and executive director of Aliento, an organization that invests in the leadership and the well-being of undocumented youth and children. And she was just named to the prestigious Forbes Top 30 Under 30 list in the social entrepreneurs category of people who are leveraging smart businesses to save the world. Reyna, by the way, is also a DACA recipient. With us right now, Reyna Montoya. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Tell us how it felt to be named one of the top 30 business women in social activism in America.
I mean, it's definitely an honor, and it's such a privilege to be recognized for so many years of work. And definitely this is something that I owe it to my parents and to my community for believing in me and for believing in our vision.
You're 27 years old. You were originally born in Mexico, I know. Tell us about your background and your immigration experience here in America.
I was born in Tijuana, Mexico, and at the age of 10, my mom picked me up at school. I used to go to Catholic school in Mexico, and one day she just comes, picks me up, and tells me to grab my backpack, and we actually started migrating. And at that moment, I didn't know, but we were fleeing violence after my dad had been kidnapped. So there was a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety. My mom, my little brother, and I came with tourist visas. So we had a peaceful transition, and then we settled in Mesa, Arizona.
So, all right, so you came as 10 years old with visitor's visas, and you've been living here ever since for the last 17 years, basically out of status until President Obama gave the DACA program in 2012, correct?
Yeah, basically I ran out of status and I was undocumented, grew up undocumented, went to junior high, high school, college, until in 2012 after I graduated from Arizona State University. That's when I was able to obtain a legal presence.
So now you started Aliento. How does your organization help other youth?
So Aliento translates into English to breath. But we at Aliento, when you give Aliento to someone, it's like giving encouragement.
Right.
So we work predominantly with undocumented youth, DACA recipients, and children in mixed status families. What does that mean? That means that basically there can be children who are U.S. citizen, and then they have one or two parents who are undocumented. So we predominantly work with that population to provide a leadership development, but also to create a safe space where we are able to explore through art and really be able to heal all these traumatic experiences that we're facing.
How does it work in the process?
Yeah, so we have arts and healing workshops that we have them at the Aliento office, and people can come in. We have it in a multi-generational setting. So we start as a big group, and then we divide children, youth, and parents, and they're able to express their feelings and their anxieties and fears and hopes through art. And they're able to do it through painting, through dance, through music.
Wow, that's amazing. And where are you located? Where is this building located? Is it all over America? Is it in certain cities? Is it in one city?
We are located in Mesa, Arizona, and we also run different campaigns. So that's one bucket of our work. We also do, we are right now currently working on a campaign called Vote for Dream, where we're taking people not only from Arizona, but from different states to Washington, D.C. to be advocating for themselves.
So how do you get funded for all of this? But not only how did you get funded for this, how did you, as an undocumented immigrant, or maybe then at that point a DACA recipient, convince some, I guess, organization or multiple organizations to donate what I assume is millions of dollars to this program? Was that like a daunting task? What did you do? How did you know to do this?
It was really challenging, a lot of failing, a lot of asking around and receiving guidance, but a lot of hustle. I think that's something that I really learned from my dad, is that if you don't have a pathway forward, how do you hustle and make sure you get it done? So I started learning how to do pitch decks, how to do pitches. I started writing grants and just knocking on doors. And if one door would close, I would just go and knock another 3 and see what would happen.
So are you free to tell us who is funding this? Is there a specific organization, or are you getting small grants from many people? How do you keep your doors open, the lights on, and how do you let people know that these programs exist, which is an amazing program?
Yes, definitely. I was able to start it through like a social justice fellowship. So it works that you're able to pitch an idea, a project that you have, and then you have to compete throughout the whole nation about who would be the fellows that would get funded for their projects. And that really enabled me to be full-time and just get it started back in 2016. And then later on, I applied for Echoing Green, which funds social innovators, and they have funded people like Michelle Obama, Van Jones, Wendy Coop from Teach for America. So I was able to apply for that, which is a worldwide fellowship that funds social entrepreneurs. And I was able to get some seed funding to take it to the next level. We also do a lot of grassroots organizing. Like for us, it's not only that we're giving back to the community, but we are part of an ecosystem. So then we receive donations for our arts and everything.
So that's some company you're in with Michelle Obama, who has also got grants from these same organizations. How many children do you help in a month or in a year? How many people come through your doors?
Yeah, in a year we have been able to engage about, I would say through our workshops and trainings, about 300 people. And then we have, because we also have another component where we train educators and allies how to better support these children and these youth. And we have trained over 6,000 people over a year. And
what are some of the fears? You have children, I guess, all ages, who fear deportation, just like you. What are some of the universal fears that you're hearing from these children, concerns, anxieties that you're hearing?
I think definitely something that has been really impactful is being able to see through the art how many children draw pictures of their moms and parents behind bars. And then they might not know the immigration terms, but they have this feeling of not knowing if they're going to be able to see their mom or their dad ever again. So I think that something that is really evident, but something that personally I have witnessed is also the beautiful transformation of transforming something so painful into something so beautiful. So they also draw landscapes of hope where they're able to paint a picture about what would it look like, a world, a community, without having to have those fears and anxieties.
You're a DACA recipient. You know, Trump says it's over March 6th. They're trying to negotiate something. Most of the life that you remember is here as an American. You were educated here in America. Have you given thought to what would you do if you got deported? Where would you go? Where would you live? What do you think about people who are educated here in America, who are giving so much back to America like yourself? How does that make you feel being told by Donald Trump you're not welcome?
That's a loaded question.
That's a lot of questions, yeah.
Very hard to just imagine that, you know, you've been trying to pay it forward. I was able to receive a public education from the Arizona schools, and then for me it was about how can I give back. I have received so much that is my moral responsibility to give back to my community. And now that I feel that I'm doing that I created my own business, I'm employing people, I have a mortgage to pay, right? I'm 27, I'm not a child anymore. Right. And just thinking about all these things and knowing that everything can be taken away in one day or in a blink of an eye. So it's definitely something that gives me nightmares at night, that keeps me up at night. But at the same time, I know that at the end of the day, I do believe that there's people who support us. There's like over 80% of the American public that are on our side. So for me, it's that people need to see what's happening and people really need to acknowledge what's at stake. And that at the end of the day, we're actually pleading other citizens to pick up the phone, to call their members of Congress, to visit them and to let them know that this is something that they're not going to stand by.
Well, I think you are an amazing woman that, you know, you can do all of this and have still the politics against you, organized not only as a minority, Latina woman, not only as a woman, not only as a young woman, but a young undocumented woman, to have reached such a level to be nominated, and not only nominated, but win one of the best 30 social activists under the age of 30. It is going over above and beyond hurdles that are put in front of you that others who are born here don't have. So I commend you, and it's fabulous work that you're doing. And of course, we're praying not only for you, but for all the DACA people that it turns out to be a happy story at the end. We'll see what happens, unfortunately.
Thank you so much. And I really hope that this serves as a beacon of hope for many other undocumented youth across the nation, knowing that they're not alone and that we will persevere because we are in the right side of history.
All right. Thank you for joining us. All right. So that, folks, was Reyna Montoya. And Reyna Montoya, you say tomato, I say tomato. It's Reyna Montoya, Forbes Under 30, an amazing, inspirational story, talking about overcoming almost every obstacle that America puts at you and to be so successful and to come on our show with a smile, and helping so many people, and knowing that at any day now, March 6th, it's around the corner, she could be out of status and Trump could take away DACA. Really amazing, amazing story. All right, 1-800-529-5465. Keisha's been waiting for 15 minutes. Keisha.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi. I'm okay. Well, not so okay.
What's going on?
I know you have a lot of people. Let me speak with you. I have a daughter who is. We came up on a visitor's visa from Jamaica. We came up, both of us, me, her, my son,
right?
3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
My bigger daughter, my older daughter filed for me. I got a green card. In fact, we put in everything for everybody.
Right.
But it wasn't done by a lawyer. It was even actually done by an immigration officer who I believe is trying to, do something.
Right.
Unfortunately, they sent back everything to us except for my documents, They sent back the kids' adjustment of status, and I asked them why. I called and asked what was the reason for that. They say the case is not complete as yet. So after I got my green card, I called again. They say, "Oh, I'm sorry, the case is not complete." And then I said, they say it's just 5.5 months, and you've already gotten your green card, so the case is still not complete as yet. So I said, no, something's not right.
Who's sponsoring who? Who's sponsoring who?
My older daughter
is sponsoring you.
Yeah, she's.
So what is it that they're saying that you keep getting documents back? Obviously, you're not doing something right. What is it that they actually said?
Okay.
Not on the phone, but in the document. They send it back. They say, what's missing?
Okay, in the document for the children's adjustment of status,
You can't, well, your children can't be included on your daughter filing for you. That's why I'm getting a little confused. Is that what's happening?
Good.
Is that what's happening?
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
All right. So therefore, the myth of chain migration is not true because you can't even get your minor children to be included on this application.
No, I never got them.
So, all right, where are they now?
They are here with me in the United States.
Okay, and how old are they? How old are they?
Okay, my daughter now is 19.
And how
going to 20?
How old? Give me just the ages quickly.
My daughter is 20 and my son is 17.
Okay, and where's the father of these children?
The father is in Europe. He left long ago, years ago.
So what you want to do now, you're on your way to getting a green card, and what you want to do right now to get your children green cards is to do what's called a special immigrant juvenile. Okay? The father abandoned these children. He's somewhere in Europe. You go into family court. You become their legal guardian. You get a judge to say it's not in the children's best interest to be back in Europe with the father. Then they can file on their own as long as it's under 21 as special juvenile immigrants. There's a way to do this. You're really running out of time. You got one child who's 20 and one who's 17. You got to do this really fast. Okay? Hold on one second. You're doing special juvenile immigrant petitions for them. Okay?
Okay. What I have to say is that I already had my green card, and I already put in filing for them.
What I have to say is this. Listen to me. Listen. Don't listen. Everything you have done, including trying to include them on your papers, wrong. Now turning around and filing for them, wrong. I'm now being Donald Trump, actually. I shouldn't be like that. But wrong, okay? Because they're going to wait 9 more years. Listen to what I am saying to you. Stop being your own lawyer. You're screwing your kids up. Hold on. Hold on, please. Very frustrating when people don't listen to me. 1-800-529-5465. If I say, guess what? The father's abandoned. He's in Europe. We're going to do a special juvenile immigrant. It has to happen before they're 21. They can get their green cards right away. Then say, yes, thank you very much. I'm glad there's another way we can do this. 1-800-529-5465. Abu in Bronx.
Hello?
How are you?
Yeah, how are you?
What's going on?
Okay. I'm have the 10 years green card. Yeah, I need to apply for my 3 kids. Fourth half 22 years old, second one half 21, third one half 18 years old.
Where are they?
Huh?
Where are they?
The Africa.
Okay, so you got to file I-130s for them quickly before Trump says you can't do it anymore.
Okay, when I file, how long will it take?
For the 18, you're a green card holder or a citizen?
Yeah, I have green card, 10 years green card.
How did you get your green card?
My green card I have now 6 years now.
How?
10 years.
How? You know what the word how is? How did you get your green card?
2012.
How did you get your green card?
I'm married.
You got married. Okay.
Yes.
So, where's your wife?
My wife is lived before New York. Now he moved to Ohio.
All right. So you and your wife are not together anymore.
No. Okay. He moved to Ohio.
Okay. So you got to file I-130s for each of your children. I would suggest you become a citizen as quickly as possible. Your children who are over 21 are going to wait about 7 years. Your 18-year-old, assuming you file for her and simultaneously do your citizenship, will be about a year and change.
I have the one that's 22 years too.
I understand. They're going to wait a long time. You know, the chain migration's a myth. They're going to wait 9 years.
9 years?
9, 8.
Okay. When I have citizen, how long it take?
8 or 9 years.
Citizen.
8 or 9 years.
In 9 years, okay.
Whether you're a citizen or not. So much for chain migration.
When I get the citizen now, married 20 years, so how long it take?
Your child under 18.
No, 18, 21, 20, 22.
Okay, just now it's time to listen. Now it's time to listen, because you have my head spinning. Okay, I'm like going, whoa, okay? Listen. You need to file I-130 visa petitions for 3 children. One's 18, one is 21, one's 22. The ones who are 21 and 22, whether you become a citizen or you don't become a citizen, will be 8 or 9 years. The one who is 18 years old, if you file an I-130 and you file for your citizenship and become a citizen before they turn 20, before she turns 21, will be about a year and change.
Okay, 18 years, 18 years will file the green card. How long ago?
All right, hold on. I'm answering the same question 75 times. It's time for a consultation now. Let's go to Natasha in Long Island. Natasha.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Yes.
If my dad passed away before he was a U.S. citizen, he passed away, but he filed for one of my sister back home in Haiti, because he signed for the thing, everything. They was sending us, they sent us a paper, said the case was alive. So after that, we moved. Who
filed for who? Who filed for who now?
My father
filed for who?
Filed for my sister.
And he passed away?
Yes.
Okay. And did he pass away after the I-130 was approved?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
When did he file for your sister? How long ago?
Long time ago.
Like a decade ago?
Yes.
Okay. And your sister's still in Haiti?
Yes.
Okay. So what you can do now is you can request the Immigration Service to reinstate the petition, the one that your dad filed and he passed away, and you can step into the shoes of your dad to complete it. As long as you can show humanitarian reasons why your sister needs to come to America. And living in Haiti, we don't need, I mean, it's pretty self-evident the humanitarian crisis that's going on there. So we can certainly help you and get your sister here within a year or so. So hold on one second, okay? All right, 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Belgium Kim, our paradoxical Belgium, North Carolina, and New York in Kim.
New York Brad, how can I help you?
I'm Long Island Brad. Lib, just call me Lib. Lib, how are you? All right.
Lib, the Ashkenazi Jew.
The Ashkenazi Jew with your immigration answers. All right, so what do we got?
Okay, we've got Ainsworth, who says, my wife has a green card and called immigration. My wife, who is the green card holder, called immigration and told them to stop at the airport when they're coming back into the country. So called immigration and said, stop my husband at the airport when he's coming back in, and tell them that he abandoned her.
Okay.
Can anything come of that?
No.
Okay.
Hello, airport? Stop him right away. Can't do that.
Woman scorned.
Yes. All right. What else?
Paulette says, can I file for my husband if he's here in the U.S. illegally? I'm a citizen with citizen kids. He has no I-94.
Yes. And if necessary, he'll do a provisional waiver.
Candy says, if someone was denied a green card after their first marriage and they get married again, is that going to be an issue? The first denial was due to lack of evidence for the first marriage.
It's only an issue if they think the first marriage was a fraud. Having a lack of evidence doesn't logically mean fraud. Just means you weren't able to prove it was a real marriage. On the other hand, if the government says, we have evidence that says this is a fraudulent marriage, different story.
We're starting to mind meld real good. You answer my follow-up questions before I ever ask them. Stacy asks, I'm married to my husband for 2 months now. However, we're living in different states because of a part-time job opportunity. We visit each other every month, so we have tons of proof that we're together. Is it going to be okay for him to still file for me even though we're not actually living together?
He can file for you, but you know what? It's very, very rare, if ever, that I've seen the government say you don't live together and we believe it's a real marriage. Living together for the Immigration Service is, a real marriage, bona fide marriage for the Immigration Service is, you live together, you go home and share the same bedroom at the end of the evening, you either share the same pillow or the pillow next to each other or however you guys like to sleep, and you have an economic relationship.
one on top of the
One
other,
on top
next
of
to
each other, next to each other, diagonal, foot to head. You know, some people, however, whatever floats your boat. All right.
That
is so bizarre, awkward sleeping arrangement, right? Honey, is your foot in my face? Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's how we do it here.
That's how we do it here. All right.
Immigration won't judge how you sleep, just where you sleep.
Exactly.
Olive asked, can an adult child still file for a parent after February 8th? And what is that going to be affected by the new proposals mentioned yesterday?
I didn't hear the first part because I was still laughing in my head about the foot in the head. So I actually zoned out there for a second. What was the question again?
Can I actually ask the viewers to tell us if they sleep in any weird, like,
yeah,
are
you
there?
can ask them any way you want. Yeah, I don't know who's going to share this information. Maybe Tamika and Kevin would share that information. I don't know anybody else. All right, what's the question?
Olive says, can an adult child still file for their parent after February 8th? I'm assuming this is in regards to a lot of the White House proposal changes that are happening.
You better do it right now, because who knows? Once Trump signs a law, who knows? But I don't know when he's signing a law, if ever. So
Michelle says, I asked, do it right now. Do not wait.
Correct.
Absolutely. Michelle, if I filed for my sister in 2008, when is that filing going to come through?
In 2008, about 4 more years.
Shar says, why do you keep saying 8 or 9 years for filing for a child over 21? As far as I know, I thought it was 7.
Well, it is. It's all guesswork.
It's approximate.
It's all guesswork. But, you know, I look at the visa bulletin. And I look at the current bulletin right now. It's guesswork. You don't know for sure. People who filed March 15th, 2011. It's now 2018, so that's 7 years. But that assumes that every month, that in February, the bulletin will say April 15th, 2011. And then the next month it'll say May 15th, 2011. And the next month it'll say June 15th. That means that every month this is going to move a month forward.
Right.
I don't think it will.
And that's not necessarily right. They may not get a month of filing in 1 month.
People who filed 7 years ago for their children, yes, they physically waited 7 years. That is correct. What I am saying is I just guess. It's my best guess based on all of my experience in life. And I say if you start now, it's going to be 9. That's my best guess, unless the laws change.
Natalie Ash on YouTube says, I did my medical for my adjustment in a different state because because my insurance covered my vaccinations where I used to live, not where I currently live. So I went back to my old state, did my is that going to be okay?
Just explain it at the interview. I'm sure they'll ask why you did it, and it seems logical to me.
Beautiful Chocolate on YouTube says, that's right. That's beautiful chocolate. I don't know who that is, but it sounds luxurious.
It sounds very luxurious and sweet. Okay.
How long is it taking to get a marriage interview? We filed in April of 2017.
You should be getting one now. 9-10 months.
Call us, Beautiful Chocolate.
She's already taken.
Venice says, wants to thank us so much. She watches the show almost every single day and absolutely loves it, and says that every time she goes through a panic attack with immigration and the show is on, she'll go in the comments and she'll listen to us and she immediately feels better.
That's good. Reducing anxiety is one of the best things we do here.
Exactly.
Right.
So one of her question is, if on your filing you list your family members, sisters and parents and children, is it that you have to come up with the money to file for all of them at once, or are they automatically in the system that whenever you're ready, they'll be okay?
You only have to pay one filing fee for an I-130. Is that the question?
What I think the question is...
Say again. Say the question again.
So, if I'm filing for myself right now, and on my filing, they asked you to list your family members. So she listed her sisters, her parents, her children. Are they all just automatically included on this filing?
Who's filing for her?
It doesn't say.
Okay, that's what we need to know. And then, and no, your parents are never included. Your children may be, depending on who's filing for you.
What are the requirements to invite someone to the USA? Tafsir asks.
The requirements to invite somebody? Hey, you want to come?
You want to? Hey, bestie.
Right. Hey, bestie, come visit. What the requirements are has nothing to do with you. Okay.
It's where they're coming from, right?
It's where they're coming from. Are they actually coming to visit and go home? That's on them, not you.
Buffy, not the Vampire Slayer, although that would be cool.
Right.
I knew where you were going with that.
Yes. Right. Michelle Geller would like to know. You see, I know.
Buffy asks, I have a friend who lives in the U.S. for 12 years as an illegal immigrant. She has 4 kids who were born in the States, and she's married to a green card holder. If he petitions for her, how long is that going to take? Neither of them have a criminal record, and they share 3 kids together.
And he's a green card holder, about 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah. All right, Kim, I want to go to Davis in Atlanta, Georgia. Let's see what Davis has to say. Davis?
Yes.
How are you, Davis? Davis? Davis, in Atlanta, Georgia,
hello?
You're on.
Yes, how you doing, sir?
How are you?
Good, good. My question is, I've been in the States since 74. I'm 55.
Uh-huh.
And I've lost all of my paperwork in the storage. I have no access to no IDs or anything. Is there anything I can do? I'm prior military. I have a son in the military.
Well, are you born in America? Where were you born?
I was born in England.
Okay, and are you a U.S. citizen? Are you a U.S. citizen, or you have a green card?
I had a green card.
You had a green card. Okay, all right. So first step is, okay, did you have a British passport or a Jamaican passport?
My parents had a Jamaican passport.
What about you?
My parents did I had a Jamaican passport.
Okay, so now, all right. I understand your stuff is lost in storage. I just got to get a little background on you so I can tell you what to do. All right. So step one is go to the Jamaican consulate, prove you are who you are, bring proof, and get a Jamaican passport again. Then when you get your Jamaican passport, you can go apply for a new green card. You have identification. Go apply for your green card. When you get your green card, you can then go get your Social Security card. And when you get your Social Security card, with your green card and your Social Security card, you can get your driver's license. It goes in that order. Now you got all your stuff. We can help. Hold on.
Now my mother and father, they did get their citizenship.
Before you were 18?
That's the thing. It was right around that age.
All right. Well, I think you still got to start with a Jamaican passport. You got to get some form of identity. It's going to start with a passport. Hold on.
All right.
All right. Let's go to Sandy in Hartford, Connecticut.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
Okay, take it easy with me. I've been trying to call, but I'm scared.
Why? You think I'm mean, tough? I'm going to bite you over the... No. Well,
sometimes you are. I listen to your show all the time.
I'll take it easy with you. It's okay.
Okay.
Why are you calling me? No, I'm only kidding. All right. What's up?
So I was arrested, and I have a disposition.
Right.
The charges were dismissed.
Good.
I've been out of the country twice, but I was just listening to you earlier when you got in depth about, conviction and, the records and stuff like that. Right. Now, my question to you is, is dismissed, even though I was arrested and all the charges were dismissed, is it still considered a conviction for immigration purposes?
If it was dismissed and you for sure it was dismissed, it's not a conviction.
Okay, so it wouldn't be considered as a conviction for immigration?
No.
Okay, so I need to file my citizenship next year, and I want to use you.
Okay.
Specifically you. I know it's a little bit more, but I don't care. It's a peace of mind, like you've been saying.
Good.
Because I'm nervous.
We have an office in Hartford, by the way.
I don't care about the office in Hartford.
Because I
You
see you're
just sound
calling
like a
from
wonderful
Hartford.
lawyer.
I am a wonderful
Huh?
lawyer. I am a wonderful lawyer. I was just trying to be helpful to you that you're calling from Hartford and we have an office in Hartford.
No,
But
my sister's coming down. My sister's having a baby at the end of next month. And I'm coming down there, so I'll just come over and I'll have a consultation with you.
And bring the disposition with you and bring your green card, and I will give you my best advice.
Absolutely. One more thing before I go. Also, on the one of the charges which I'm most worried about was that it was a fight. I got into a fight, and I got a risk of injury to a minor because we had a fight around the kids. And so it's a Class C felony, I guess, and it worries me because it's a felony.
Didn't you tell me it was
I don't know.
dismissed?
Yes, it was all dismissed.
Then you're okay. We'll just double and triple check all that.
All right, so I'll be down there at the end of next month.
Okay, wonderful.
For the consultation. Thank you so much, Brad. I appreciate you
Thank
because
you.
you're doing so much. You're
Thank
doing
you.
so much for everyone every
you.
day. Like,
Thank you.
I listen to you just to get a peace of mind every day.
Good, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you
See how
very
nice
much.
I was to you? I didn't yell at you.
No.
All right, 1-800-529-5465. What I want to do is I want to go to our Braducation. We have a Braducation, and I want to speak with David Moreno. He's one of our criminal defense attorneys about what happens in a DUI situation. Come back. We're going to speak with Kim Moore with the rest of our rapid fire questions. And we're going to end it with a nice little thing from a young lady in Brooklyn who helps refugees coming to the United States. But let's see our Braducation and David Moreno, and we'll be right back with more immigration questions, rapid fire with Kim right after.
If my green card has been revoked for any reason, will I have trouble getting a visiting visa?
If your green card was revoked, it was revoked because you've done something bad, not something good. So my guess would be that you would have trouble getting any type of visa, and before you go to the U.S. Embassy for any reason, you should go and speak to an attorney first. All right, David Moreno, our criminal defense attorney, is ready.
And this segment is brought to you by USACreditRepairInc.com. All right.
It's also brought to you by our criminal defense department, Squeeze.
Yes, I was about to get to that. Okay, hence the criminal defense attorney, David Moreno. How are you, man?
Hey, good morning, guys. Good afternoon. How's everyone?
Good afternoon.
All right, so David is fresh off a verdict in his favor in Nassau County for a DUI case.
Okay.
Last week.
Spoke about
They went
that.
to trial.
Yep.
And now he's here to talk a little bit generally about driving under the influence.
Right.
Nobody wants anyone to drive under the influence. Nobody shouldn't be drinking and driving, period.
Nope.
But God forbid you do get pulled over, you still have rights. Is that correct, Mr. Moreno?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we always hear, by the way, we always hear, you know, I got a DUI, I got a DWI,
right.
And then there's another one,
DWAI.
DWAI.
Yeah.
What do all these things mean?
Sure. So this is basically, in specific to the context in New York, the laws in New Jersey are different. Maybe Jake Hudnut can share with you guys the laws in New Jersey, but in New York, when you're referring to a DUI, there is no per se vehicle and traffic law code that correlates with that. When somebody's saying a DUI, what they're usually referring to is driving while ability impaired, which is the violation. It's not a crime. Oftentimes, DWI cases are pled down to these. And
DWI is the more serious of the two.
Yeah, so DWI stands for driving while intoxicated, and then driving while ability impaired by alcohol, two totally different things. So with DWAI, what the people would have to prove if they were trying to show that you were ability impaired is that you were operating a motor vehicle and you were doing so while being impaired to any extent by alcohol.
Who are you texting, Squeeze, now? What are you doing? Okay, thank you. It should be two. Keep going, David. I apologize.
You want me to stop doing what I'm doing? No. Stop sharing?
No, keep sharing.
I want people to know David Moreno.
Yes, keep going, David. I apologize.
All right, and then driving while intoxicated, that is your basic misdemeanor charge where your blood alcohol content is over 0.08 or higher. And then there are several felony DWIs. There is the bump up DWI for having more than one within the last 10 years. And that also reaches out and includes driving while impaired, even though that's non-criminal. And then there's also driving while intoxicated aggravated, which is if you have more than 0.18 percentage of alcohol in your blood.
By the way, the telephone number to reach David Moreno is the same telephone number as our office. It's 1-800-529-5465. You should always have a good lawyer saved at your phone. 1-800-529-5465. You pick up the phone, you dial the number. The smartest thing in the world you can do is dial the number of a really good lawyer. This guy just took a case in Nassau County on a DWI and he beat it. Now we're not condoning drinking and driving, but certainly you know if you, God forbid you're in this situation, you want to have your rights protected. And here's a guy who's protecting people's rights every day. So please save the telephone number of a really good attorney. His telephone number is 1-800-LAW-LINK. It's 1-800-529-5465. And Squeeze would like to say something.
We had about 50 people who just logged off, and I'm being very straightforward here. What I was just typing on my computer when Brad was being nosy and asking me what I was doing, I was actually telling people that most of these people believe that they'll never ever have a run-in with the law. They just believe that nothing bad can ever happen to them. People believe that's possible, but I'm quite sure it's going to happen to you, someone you know. It's just when. You don't have to be a bad person for things to happen to you where the law is concerned.
And by the way, I just have to tell everybody that prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome. And this is an attorney advertisement because we only have about 3 minutes left on WVIP. But David, let me ask you a question. Okay, how many of our clients come to you and say, "I didn't think I'd ever need an attorney. This is their first time they've ever got arrested"?
Yep.
How many times is that?
I'd say 95% of them. 95% of them. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, "I'm going to get arrested today." No,
exactly.
No one. Even those who are actually doing nefarious things don't expect to need a lawyer.
People who get arrested are generally not career criminals.
Exactly.
People who get arrested are just are a lot of times in the wrong place at the wrong time or just do something really stupid and they shouldn't have. They're not career criminals.
Yeah, temporary insanity.
And you need good criminal defense attorneys.
Right. So call this number. I want everyone right now, stop what you're doing. Take 15 seconds out of your time. Dial this number, 1-800-529-5465. That's the number to a good criminal defense attorney, David Moreno, 1-800-529-5465 at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. You never know what can happen to you. And I'm saying to each and every one of you out there, dial the number, save the number, especially my immigrant community. Everyone, but especially my immigrant community. 1-800-529-5465. One of the things I love about this law firm, you've got immigration attorneys, you've got personal injury attorneys, you've got criminal defense attorneys, tax attorneys, family law attorneys. We're here to help you. So save the number in your phone. 1-800-529-5465.
And we're going to continue with our conversation on WVIP. We're going to be cut off for about 3 minutes in commercials, and we're going to continue. Yes, we are, with David on the other side. But David, let me ask you a question. You just defended a DWI case. You won the case in Nassau County. How do you go about defending these cases?
Well, I analyze them from a case-by-case basis. It depends on the facts of each case. Each case is very different, and they require different approaches legally. But generally, if there is a refusal, for example, the way to defend that case and the best way to go about that is to mitigate as much as possible the other perceived signs of intoxication, right? Which are the common law ones, Brad, the slurred speech, the bloodshot, watery eyes, the unsteady on the feet. So in that case specifically, and in every other case I've had a refusal, I get the officers to admit and to acknowledge that, bloodshot, watery eyes alone is not an indication of whether or not somebody's been drinking, right? Someone can have dark eyes naturally. Some people, wear contacts that irritate their eyes. Some people have had lack of sleep. And I go down the list for each and every one of those observations. And every last one of them, including, which most people don't know, is odor of alcohol on the breath. odor of alcohol on the breath is evidence of nothing. You can't tell, if someone has had something to drink, how much they've had to drink, when's the last time they had to drink, just because they have an odor of alcohol in their breath.
It could just be from their stomach. People get
It could just be from their stomach. Right. It can be odors from other things that people have drank. It could be from even things like gum could make your mouth smell like alcohol, some things that you eat. So I would go down and break through each one of those actual observations to show that, there may be other reasons for my client's behavior. And one big one that a lot of defense attorneys use is just the normal nervousness of being pulled over by the police. Causes folks to act sometimes in ways that are inconsistent with how they would normally act. And that's a big one.
So in your particular case that you just won in Nassau County, what was your client facing in terms of the charges against him? What were the facts that were presented at court? Was he looking at 1 year in jail, 3 years in jail, 5 years in jail? Did he have an immigration issue? By the way, if you're convicted of a DWI for immigration, that's deportable. DUI is not in New York State. So what were the specific facts? What was he looking at? And what did you do specifically to help him?
Of course. So he was looking at up to a year in jail. He was looking at significant fines over, $2,000. He was looking at revocation of his license for 1 year. He was looking at having to place an ignition interlock device on any vehicle he owned or drive for the foreseeable future, as well as completing a bunch of other mandatory drinking while driving programs. Those were the penalties he was facing. The facts, and he also was facing immigration consequences. The client in question was a green card holder, not a citizen of the United States. The facts that led to his arrest were that the officers observed him allegedly driving unsafely and moving unsafely between lanes. And when they pulled him out of the car, they alleged to have smelled alcohol. And they noticed that his eyes were bloodshot. And he did not follow their instructions. And I think I spoke about this a little bit last week, but one of the interesting and pertinent arguments that they presented in support of him being drunk was that he did not do every single thing the police asked or told him to do. And that's important because, you have a constitutional right to be free from any search or free from any interrogation with the police without an attorney present. You absolutely should not incriminate yourself, and our client was smart enough to not do that. And that really, really helped and aided me in presenting a very cogent and credible case that he was not, in fact, intoxicated.
And you were able to convince a jury in Nassau County. I assume what was the background of your client?
He was Jamaican.
He was a Jamaican guy in Nassau County, which is predominantly a Republican white suburb for people who don't know. So that was a fantastic job on your part, and it goes to show what good lawyering does. Good lawyering gets good results. Poor lawyering, inconsistent lawyering, lawyers who don't care, don't get as many good results. Obviously, prior successful results don't guarantee a similar outcome.
I also believe that you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for also. But David Moreno, that was a fantastic job. Squeeze, if you can give out the number one last time.
Absolutely.
And we're going to thank David for coming on.
1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465.
I wanna wear squeeze.
It worked.
All right. So let's go finish our rapid fire round quickly. Let everyone know, to let everybody know, to let everybody know. We're gonna go right now. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go.
Eddie on YouTube says, good morning. You guys are great.
Thanks.
I've been here in the States since 1974 from England. I'm 55. I've lost all my papers in a storage unit. My parents did get their citizenship, but I'm not sure if I was...
We're not.
That's what I thought as well.
Yeah, we're not sure. You're a citizen if your parents, both of your parents, were citizens before 18, which he doesn't know. So we're going to have to figure that one out.
Well, that's what I thought. I just wanted to double check.
Right.
Jenny Sell says, you think moving from one state to another is going to make me wait longer? I filed my affidavit of support.
We asked that question too. The answer is yes.
From a different
person. Yes. As soon as you move from state to state, your application goes to the end of the line. Don't move.
Jay says, is a provisional waiver and parole the same thing?
No. It's two different things. One's an apple, one's an orange. One's not even a fruit. One's an apple and one's like a carrot. It's not even in the same family.
One's a carrot, one's a tennis racket.
One's a tennis racket, exactly. All right. Exactly.
Jay's got another follow-up question. How long can a provisional waiver take to process? My wife's going to apply for her citizenship 3 months after I applied for my I-130.
About 6 months for a provisional waiver.
Oh, and Ambicioso. I'm sorry. Is advanced parole asks, is advanced parole limited to people that have never been out of status?
No.
Can I do an I-130 out of status on my non-immigrant visa, but I'm now married to a U.S. citizen?
Yes, and you should be filing an adjustment, and you can still get an advanced parole.
Karina asks, after the approval of an I-130, it says after 30 days you should get a response, but it's been almost a year. How much longer do I have to wait? I'm filing for wife and son under 21.
You should come see me if it's over a year.
Something's wrong.
Yes.
Donna says, my niece left her son in the States with her mother. He came here when he was 8 years old, and he's now 15. He doesn't have a green card. Is there anything that can be done for him, or is he going to have to wait until his mother's papers come through? His grandmother is legal guardian, and she's a citizen.
Grandma should go back to family court, get a special ruling that it's not in the best interest to go back to mom, and do a special juvenile immigrant. What's grandma waiting for? Grandma needs to do more. Come see us immediately.
Rochelle says, I applied for my green card after my 2-year green card had expired. My husband and I were together when I sent the application in, but now we're in the process of separating. I'm still waiting to hear from the immigration office. How do I go about getting my green card back without my husband?
You have a 2-year green card as long as you can prove that it was a real marriage and you were living together and had an economic relationship at the time you got your original 2-year green card. If you get a divorce, you can do this all on your own. We can help.
Jacqueline says, I have a friend who got married last June. She got her work permit a while ago, but she has yet to get a date for her interview. Any idea why it's taking so long or whether she should be concerned?
It's been over a year. You should come see me. It shouldn't take more than a year. Yes, you should be concerned.
Benetta says, my mom filed for me and I added my 2 daughters on it. While we were waiting on a visa number, I sent a letter to immigration to notify them that my daughter is going to be 21 in 6 months. They responded to say that they do not have a visa number to expedite the case due to the government shutdown in 2013 or 2014. My daughter was left back at the interview. They told me to send in an I-130 form
Who sponsored her originally?
Her mom.
Okay, she needs to call me immediately, because if her mom filed for this lady who's calling and it's her mom's granddaughter in another country, you can be included on that. You're getting wrong information from lots of wrong people. Your daughter's going to turn 21 soon and totally get royally flushed down the toilet forever.
Royally flushed.
Yeah, because Trump says no more chain migration. You're over 21. You're going to be out of luck. Call me now while she's under 21. Stop calling people. You know what people do? They call immigration.
Yes.
And they're like, they say this and da-da-da, and I wait and wait and wait, and I wonder what I should do. What about, come see a lawyer who knows what the hell they're doing.
I feel like it's kind of intuitive that immigration officers typically don't have your best interests in mind.
It's an adversarial process. Get it through everybody's head. It's adversarial. They're not on your side. If they get in trouble, if they approve a case that they should not approve, they never get in trouble if they deny a case that they should have approved. Think about it. Think about it. So what are they? So they're going to deny a lot quicker than approve.
Right. Right. It makes sense for them. They're looking out for them.
Correct.
You should be looking out for you.
Thank you, Belgium Kim. Continue.
Or have a good attorney looking out for you if you can't look out for you.
Correct.
Nikki asks, I'm a green card holder. I filed for my son. He was 19, but now he's 21, and they said it's going to take him much longer because he's over 21. Is that true?
Yes.
Natasha asks, my filing for adjustment of status is still in the office. I got an extension that is about to be expired, and they asked for additional evidence. Should I be concerned?
Yes. Whenever they're asking for additional evidence, that means you did something wrong.
Sagapo, I'm sorry if I butchered that. Sagapo says, my friend got a denial notice after she sent in her papers to remove the conditional green card. What can she do at this point?
What happened when she went to remove the conditions?
She got a denial notice.
Come see me. What do you think you should do? Let's see why you got denied and fix it.
Paulette says, a couple years ago, I went to Miami in my mother's surname, which I have now dug myself into a deep hole. My ID number is different because I take out a different ID number because of the name change, and I didn't know any better. Now, everything is as legitimate as possible. Is it possible for me to reapply for my visa?
Did you lie the first time? You're going to have a big problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a big problem.
Yes.
You got a big problem.
You can't lie to the government and then unlie to the government and be like, see, I unlied, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm telling the truth there.
Yeah.
No, they're not that forgiving, unfortunately. Yeah. Kadian asks, if a person visits the U.S. on a B1, B2 and overstayed, the person then returned home, and then that person's mother filed for him before he visited, and the I-130 was approved. Can he still get a green card? Is he good?
If he overstayed by more than a year, he needs a waiver. We'll see. Needs to see us.
We'll see. Natalie on YouTube wants to know, I've been working on my tax ID number and received my W-2 form. I got married since in the last year. Do I need to do a joint tax return with my husband? And also, do I need to submit my new tax return with my adjustment of status?
Yes.
Tashana asks, how long after marriage to a citizen is it going to take to get a green card in Florida?
About 9 months.
Poochie Poochie.
Coochie Poochie?
Poochie Poochie.
Oh, Poochie.
You've got Charo on the brain still.
Yes.
Poochie Poochie wants to know, my mom is a green card holder for 4 years as of July of this year. It'll be 5. When can she file for her citizen, and how long is it going to take afterwards that she can go ahead and file for us?
If you're unmarried, she should be filing for you now. Doesn't have to wait to become a citizen. She should do it now, not wait for her to become a citizen because you want to know what will happen. I don't know if people are listening to this show, if they understand the words coming out of my mouth. Trump's not going to allow you to do it in a year from now. What are people not getting? Do it now. And then when she becomes a citizen, you could upgrade. Do it now, as long as you're unmarried. Let me be clear. Let your mom do it now. Now. You file.
Don't wait, people.
Now.
Don't wait.
Don't wait. And then when she becomes a citizen, you upgrade it. And she can file for her citizenship 90 days before the 5-year anniversary.
Pop wants to know, my wife is filing for me, and they send me somebody else's work permit. I sent it back and filed for another one. How long is it going to take to get another work permit?
Boy, that's screwy. Another 100 and...
The competency of the immigration system strikes again.
And by the way, nobody's sitting here and saying that they're a good organization, or nobody's sitting here saying that the immigration laws aren't broken. We're just saying the way that Trump wants to fix it is going to make it worse. And it's 120 days.
Rona asks, how long does it take to get my citizenship if I did my paperwork in September? We need much more information.
This summer you will get your citizenship, hopefully.
Sandra asked, how far away are they from the F4 category? My sister is currently filing for me.
How far away? When did she file for you? They're right now in 2004.
They're in 2004. And finally, we have Sandra, who says her daughter attended Salem State University and is graduating in May, and she wants to see her little girl graduate. Is there any way that she's going to be able to get a visa to attend the ceremony?
Try to get a visitor's visa. You got to go apply and show that you intend to go home. Start with applying, and if they deny you, then call me, and then we'll see if we can help. That's how it usually helps. All right, starts. All right, Belgium, Kim. I have two last things. We had recently caught up with this woman, Kerry Brody. We went there actually on a weekend. Okay, she has a place down in Brooklyn, and what Kerry does is she trains people who come here who are recent refugees how to be top-end chefs. And she takes people into her organization and gives them skills that lets them go out into the world to go make money. Let's go watch how she helps people achieve their American dream.
My name is Kerry Brody, and I'm the Executive Director and founder of Emma's Torch. Emma's Torch is a nonprofit social enterprise that does culinary training and job placement services to refugees and survivors of human trafficking. And we run a little cafe out here in Brooklyn where our students train and gain the necessary skills to access the job market. We take 2 students at a time for 8 weeks. We help ensure that they have job placement success by the end of the time they're with us. We do informal English education along the way, so we're teaching very specific items that they need to use, and all of our instruction is in English. Our curriculum is developed through our chef as well as through our Chef's Council, which is a loose formation of different restaurant individuals who help us understand what our students need to be able to do in order to access the job market and land successful jobs. So it can be chopping skills, how to make a prep list, or anything in between. We work very closely with refugee resettlement agencies and homeless shelters who refer in clients who then apply for our program. And not only is our program free, we actually pay our students while they are learning, so they really do treat it like a job. In order for our students to apply to our program, they need to have legal work authorization in the US, and more than anything else, they need to have a passion for food. Our students come from all over the world: Saudi Arabia, Nepal, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Mexico, Honduras, Burkina Faso, Togo, and Guinea. We have refugees who are fleeing large-scale conflicts. We have asylees who are fleeing because of who they are and who they love. And we have people who are brought here against their will, who are trafficked and brought here as slaves. But when they walk in the door, they're no longer any of those categories. They're chefs.
My name is Claudine Diallo Traoré. I come from West Africa, Burkina Faso. This program gave me a lot of experience, and I learned the best here in this program. MS Torch, I learned the chef cooking. I have my kids, Africa, and my family. It's very proud to me. I'm continue to learn management for the kitchen. My American dream is to open my own restaurant, live here and bring something good in this country. My dream gonna be real now. God bless America.
I learn something new every day from our students, whether it's a new way of thinking about flavor profiles or how to display something, or even just understanding what the true meaning of human perseverance is. I feel really lucky and inspired by them. We don't see them as victims, we see them as chefs. So invariably, when they get their first paycheck, they'll usually thank me. And I have to explain, you don't have to thank me, you earned that. You have that by right. One of our students was working at White Mustache, which is a wonderful artisanal company here in Red Hook, and we can't wait to see where the rest of them head. And we have had 8 graduates so far, and we're really hopeful that we can help as many people as possible. Emma's torch is named after Emma Lazarus. She was a feisty woman in the 1800s who wrote the poem that's on the Statue of Liberty, and to us, her vision of what it meant to be American was to welcome in the stranger, and that's something that we hope to continue on.
Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. All right. You know what? Not bad. You know what she said?
That's beautiful.
You know what she said at the end? She said, you know what? We just want to help people. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with helping people and showing that everybody is a human being? Everyone's a human being. Everybody's a human being. Now, if they would only listen to me. What last questions do we have?
Absolutely. We've got Rona, who says, my green card expired in August. Do you think I'll get my citizenship before it expires? Or I got my citizenship letter in September of last year. And if it does expire before I get my citizenship, what do I do?
Just go for your citizenship interview. Unless you need to travel, you don't need to renew your green card.
My priority date is November 2005. My sister is filing for an F4 visa. How much longer do I have to wait?
About a year.
Westfield asks, thanks for all the help. Can a green card holder file for his nephew?
No.
Simpson asks, I have a friend that was told that he committed fraud when he went in for the interview because he had the same address as his ex-wife when he applied for a visa. Is that true?
It could be fraud, yeah. You get divorced to try to get some green card somehow, and you're living with your ex-wife still?
Hello. That is a problem.
Problem.
Still trying to survive.
Still trying to survive.
Wants
Me too.
to know.
Yeah.
Hey, men. Wants to know, how long does it take for your permanent resident husband to file for you if you're already in the U.S. and out of status?
2 years, and you need a provisional waiver.
Bahira says, if you had a U.S. visa before and you were arrested in Jamaica for being in a relationship with a minor, you served your time and now living a good life, but you were denied a visa when you tried to renew it. You're married now with kids and you want to vacation with your family. Is it possible to get a visitor's visa at all?
What was his conviction for?
A relationship with a minor.
You're not getting a visa. Sorry.
No visitor's visa, no nothing.
They don't forgive that, no matter how reformed you are.
Ferguson asks, my daughter's grandmother is a legal guardian for her, but she's a green card holder. Can she file for her, and how long would it take?
No, your daughter's guardian has to go back into family court, get a special ruling by a family court judge saying it's not in your child's best interest to be reunited with you or the father because of neglect, abandonment, abuse or some other reason, and then the child does a special juvenile immigrant. But there's a process.
And can you help with that process, Brad?
Of course.
We've been very Mel Brooksy this week.
Of course.
Sankei asks, how long does it take for a grandmother who's a citizen to file for her grandchildren?
Forever. Can't do it.
Forever can't do it. That's everything we have for the Brad and Squeeze
All right,
show today.
so let me give some programming notes here to everybody. This will be our only show of the day. We are going to be back live again at Monday at 9 a.m. and at 12. On Thursday, February 1st, our show is moving. We are moving to 5:30 to 7:30, 2-hour show like we did today, but 5:30 to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, New York. Please make sure that you set your diaries and calendars accordingly for Thursday, February 1st, and moving on forward. Invisible Squeeze. Where's Invisible Squeeze? Thank you very much for joining us today, Invisible Squeeze. You did a fabulous job as always. And Real Squeeze will be back with us live on Monday at 9 a.m. Everybody have a great weekend. Don't forget, we are moving our show Thursdays at February 1st. Thursdays, February 1st. It starts at 5:30 in the evening. You won't hear us in the morning anymore. You won't hear us in the afternoon. But Monday, you will see us at 9 a.m. Have a great weekend, everybody. I am officially tired and out of here.
The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?